Okay, we are live in a second.
Well, no, we're not. Okay, I'm gonna sound check live sound check.
I already did the
Sound check.
You checking doesn't do anything.
Sound
okay?
check.
No.
Sound check.
Oh, we are at. Oh shit! There is sound. Oh my god.
Told you.
Sound check.
No, shut up, phone.
Vibe check.
Oh shit, we're starting. I hate starting this thing. Welcome to AD Podcast. This is the special 20th episode. If this was an anime, this would be the filler episode. We talk about nothing and nothing really matter. It comes out of this. So, by special, I mean very unspecial episode where we talk about nothing. Now so if for anybody who's watching, I don't know why, but we can take some questions. In the end, I'm sure my lovely producer will take down the interesting questions and he will ask us at the end. But in the beginning, I think I am with my usual co-host. I don't do introductions anymore because I've been doing them for the past, 10, 15 episodes. So yeah, they're here. How's everybody doing?
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Sound check.
Sound check.
Khan is overloaded from chicken, so he's behaving oddly.
Yeah,
Oh,
the Singapore boys had some chicken wings. I would turn on my webcam, but I am half naked, so yeah, it's pretty hot. So I guess I think we should before the question, which just ask the question now anyways, and Anthony will copy and paste them or just remember them, and I think in the beginning we should just talk. I think I want to talk about it's kind of like how this podcast a little bit behind the scene or the lack of thereof behind the scene. Holy shit! It's 20 episodes, guys. It's been a I don't know many weeks of I don't know. Anthony, are you here, Anthony?
Yes.
Are you dead? Oh. Anthony, you want to tell us you want to tell the audience about the thought oh my god the insane amount of preparation that we go through about deciding the topic on the AD podcast. Just tell them a little bit about the behind the scene, how do we decide on what to talk about every single week, or almost every single week, I guess.
Okay. So first off, this thing started off as some random joke on Discord, and then it became a reality because we were really bored one day, and it happened. So I guess normally the whole topic process goes like this. Rush will finish an episode, and then the next thing he'll say, as soon as we turn off the live stream, he'll go, "So what's next week's topic?" And then I will say, "I don't care." And then Ken and Connor start rambling about something else completely random, and then and then Rush will go back and get upset, and it's like, "Hey, we need to talk about what the next topic is," and then nothing will happen for about 5 days or so, and then it's then he'll get upset again and ask "Hey, what do you want to talk about this week?" And then no one will say anything, and I will say, "I don't care," and usually it ends up being the last I don't know, sometimes it's the night before or literally 1 hour before the actual show. In some cases, like today, but well, we actually never decided what the topic was today. So, yeah.
So for the people who wondering if this anybody have any prep going into this, no. I don't think anybody have any idea what we're gonna talk about.
I think we started with, when we first started, we did have a kind of a schedule, but that lasted about 3 weeks.
The first three, the only episode that are planned. Okay, so the only episode that are planned, just for everybody. So it's the first 3 episode that was the initial really awful production. So the first 3 episode was the Dawn episode and 2 interview with Crin. That's the first 3 that that was when we are going to do the podcast. It's the first 3. And then the fourth one, we have no idea what we're talking about. And the fourth one, what was the fourth one? It was the Viento episode, right? We didn't came out with that until Ken just like, oh, some person mentioned that, oh, we should review another IEM again, and then we just did that. And the other episodes that are planned are the ones with the parts. So that was back when we do the podcast pre-recorded and release them like every single week. So we will record it like, you know, like maybe like a week in advance, and we'll like maybe not that far, like a day, sometimes a week in advance, and we will record the IEM recommendation. That's like 3 parts to that, or 2, and then the DAP episode. Those are the planned ones. And now we're doing the live thing, which is kind of a bit more unplanned. I don't know.
Well, but the plans are not exactly planned, right? We just have a topic and that's it. But
So yeah, like nobody knows. So what I'm trying to get at is that this is kind of more a very impromptu, like 4 guys talking episode, 4 guys talking podcast, and my co-hosts have an idea of what we're going to talk about today, but they really never know what kind of question I want to ask or steer the conversation. So when people want to like say, oh, there's a lot of like awkward pauses or silence or random transitions, like this is very like not rehearsed. Just so people know. I don't know how many people assume that these things are planned.
But half the time the pauses are due to internet lag, right? Because we're like in totally different regions. So.
Or cringing.
Yeah, or you cringing. Yeah. What else?
But you know what's consistent? Like in all our podcasts.
I think there are some really good ones and some really, really bad ones. But speaking of that,
yeah, the most consistent thing that you see in the podcast is actually buy VX now.
Yes, that is the message. Oh, I mean, I think that's what's important. That I think all 4 of us don't really like the same things, and I think that's why it's funny for us to do about just disagreeing with each other on stream. And again, it's not planned, and I have somewhat of a control to steer the conversation, but I think I do like everybody disagree with each other quite a bit on the podcast. Yeah. It's not like, you know, it's not like just one person talking and them shilling their opinion. You can listen to whichever one of us that you want, and obviously I'm right. But, you know, feel free to take all of their wrong opinions. But you know, what were you gonna say, Corn? I mean, Anthony.
Oh, I was just saying I'm the most reasonable one.
I honestly don't think you are, but okay.
Ooh.
So who's the most reasonable, huh? Yourself?
No, I honestly don't think I'm the most reasonable. So I don't. So in the beginning and still till now, I believe when so when we joked about having the podcast, I knew that I wanted the 3 people that's on the show that's with me right now, for a very simple reason that they don't agree with me, and the fact that they know what they're talking about is the people who I respect, somewhat, quotation mark, somewhat. And I know that there's going to be conflict on the show, that, you know, conflict of difference in opinion, and people can back up their shit. And that's what I want. I don't think I wanted people who agree with me 100%, which is kind of like the, like, you know, just, you know, what's the fun in dick sucking, man? Like there's really like no reason to, you know, have a circle jerk podcast about, you know, people agree with everything everybody says, you know. I think it's called audio discourse, but then again, it was a hand holding dick sucking podcast. It's just, you know, we're meant to, like, we're there to disagree with each other, and, you know, people can take whoever's side, and, you know, not everybody's right 100% of the time, aside from me, of course.
Oh, me.
Yeah.
Just
shut
me.
the fuck up, man. How about this? We can do a fun game with my co-host. So we did like about 20 episodes, but I think not all the episodes are with all four of us together. So I think I should have all of my co-hosts pick their favorite episodes. But here's the caveat. You have to pick the episodes that all four of us are together. So I guess we can start with Corn. Corn, what's your favorite episode on the podcast?
Let me
Again,
look
like
at
all
it.
four of us have to be on there. So there's that. So you can't pick your own video that you did, which is actually our most popular video. Which is like I was like, man,
That's
what a
depressing.
fucking. It's not it's fucking retarded, dude. Like people fucking did a meme video.
We
on,
can't
on,
even
like,
understand him.
Oh man,
Yeah,
glorious.
yeah, fucking Singapore accents. Can you speak English, please?
Oh, feels that way.
Okay, so just like okay, I'm gonna interrupt Corn again. So just so people, if you can't understand the Singapore accent, I suggest you to be more culture and less of a fucking pleb. First of all, and they, we have 4 Asians on the show, so yeah, there you go. I teach you. I will ask you to be less white. That would be my word. Okay, go ahead. What's your favorite episode, Corn?
It's probably the Chi-Fi episode, the state of
Oh
Chi-Fi.
shit! Oh shit! What? Is that everybody's favorite episode? Damn. Why?
Yeah.
What? I'm surprised. Like, why was that? Because I was kind of I was always
think there
thought
was,
that, you know.
yeah, there was
Go
some
ahead.
talk about the like the release schedule, the hype, and the distribution of Chi-Fi, which was quite interesting to me. Like I mean, going back to, let's say, back in 2001 or to 2012, the IM you see it all those days are like mostly people promoting Shure, promoting Westtones, but nowadays you just see people promoting Chi-Fi, which is very very different from a decade ago. So it is one of my, like, one of the topics that I still remember, um, where I think the IM landscape really changed from 10 years ago, and a lot of innovations have been made.
Yeah, but like I always thought that you're more of like I thought you would like one of the technical topics better. I don't know. That was my thought.
To be honest, I do prefer topics that I mean, well, where everyone has like something to talk about, whereas something dry and technical, it's pretty boring to talk about, but at the same time, it is one of those things that can really work if, like, I find someone that's also like a nerd, like super technical, like no smaller than me, of course. Then I would have a better time, I guess, talking about like technical things, which somewhat are pseudoscience as well. But I mean, of course, I still enjoy a great time. I have with you guys talking every weekend about my little IM hobby.
He's
Hold
saying that we're not smart enough.
Yeah, we're not smart enough for Corn.
That's my
No,
not technical topic.
I didn't say that to like insult you guys, but
I'm not gonna talk to
like
this pleb about technical
I'm
stuff.
talking to
I don't
the,
know what you're talking
like
about.
I'm referring to more like crazy people, like
You mean the audience are not smart enough for you for your technical talk? Is that what you're saying? Are you inside?
Oh.
I'm not saying like they're like crazy people out there who are like really really knowledgeable. I like talk to these guys because they offer an insight that I don't really typically hear in the IM scene.
I think Corn. Okay, so here, this is why you don't need to speak English. You need to speak like better PR. You should say that I like to talk to people who are more knowledgeable than I am, so I can learn something from the conversation.
All right,
And you know what? I don't think Corn is wrong, and I think I am. I think the biggest criticism for myself is that I don't think I am knowledgeable enough in a lot of these technical topics, and I think if people like go and watch a lot of the technical ones, I have a hard time steer like to transition from the conversation or steer the conversation, just because like I myself is not a very technical person, but like at the same time, well, not at the same time, there's like really no excuse for it, but that's not who I am, unfortunately, or fortunately, because this is just like this hobby is not like, you know, I not for me at least to get into the part about which driver is better and how turbo extension works, or, you know, our most recent episode about fucking I don't know fuck that one it was about anymore. Oh Jesus.
Yeah, on that, I do think there's like certain kind of simple joy when it comes to liking music. I mean, we all buy gear
Nah,
not to
fuck
just listen
that.
to the gear. I
Nah,
mean, we buy gear to listen to our music, right? So
nah, nah,
there's a
nah.
very basic like level of like you don't have to know the technical stuff so well. You don't have to know like how drivers work. You don't have to know like how things produce sound, right? But there is still that simple I would say shared interest, as well as appreciation and enjoyment of music, just because we are all in this hobby, which is listening to music, enjoying the music.
Corn, fuck that shit. No, fuck no.
I listen to sine waves.
No. The joy of this is to buy a chi-fi once every week and you flex it on Reddit. Like, look at my $50 chi-fi. I'm so proud of it. It's my end game. I'm like, motherfucker. No, I think there's too much buying. Oh, we're doing the chi-fi thing again. No, we're not doing the chi-fi thing. Yes, but I think there is a balance to the show about us doing a very I think I would like to again, like if people haven't realized that we really that there's a lot of these shows quotation podcasts, so we have like individual IEM reviews, which not a lot of IEMs get because I think it's hard for us to get excited about IEMs nowadays, and I think the lack of availability in North America really hinders our ability to try these IEMs. Not that there's anything worth trying right now. So we review like individual IEMs. That one we did like a bunch of times. Mess being the most recent awful IEMs, by the way. Nobody should ever buy that piece of shit. Unbalanced, disgusting, and also chi-fi. I do my one-on-ones without my co-host, which is, and I did it with my co-host as well. I did my one-on-ones with I did it with the guys at headphones.com, and I did it with Crin. That's the third episode. That's the other one we do. We do like brand impression, which we only did once for Empire Years, which there's another one in the pipeline, so look forward to that. We also do so general and then we do two types of topics. One like being very technical, like the treble extension ones, the driver ones. Those are the ones I really struggle with. So and then we do the other ones, which is kind of like the business side of things. Well, not business, or you do the like the technical, and then you do the more theoretical, I guess, if I would put it, like the tri-fi topic, or or the other more theoretic ones that I like to talk about, like because that's like my feel of. But it's funny because we have two engineers on the show and two business person, and by guessing you wouldn't think which one's which because Corn is the technical person. He actually has a business major, and so do I. And Ken is the software, and Anthony is the hardware person.
I'm actually science. Yeah. I'm actually
Whatever,
science.
man. Okay, how about this? Let's divide it. Like we used to use in school, like social science and real science, like hard science. Like you guys are hard
What?
science, and
Hard
Corn
science.
and I, and Corn and I are social science side of things, and just in terms of like majors. All right. Ken, what's your favorite episode?
MEST.
Oh my god! Why would like?
But the reason is special. The reason is special. The reason
Why?
is really special. I thought you were like, I was so surprised. Like you didn't hate it as much as I thought you would.
I don't like it. I'm okay with it, but
Yeah, because the thing is, I thought it was a very good topic because we have very different, like you mentioned, we have very different preferences and very different views, and yeah, the differences in that we have during the discussion, I love it.
I bet the UM guy didn't like it as much.
He actually liked it a lot.
Well, yeah, that's just his PR. Anthony got a PM, and you showed us the PM that he got from from Leo.
Hey, after that
UM
podcast, he sent me the Mest Mini, so.
No, I think he was sending you that. No, don't touch through. I think wasn't he sending you that before? Oh, somebody's gone. Oh, somebody's back. Who was that?
That's true. He did send it before, but.
I think I was um oh my god, the mess was kind of like a weird. For the first time, I really never care about Peanut Game because I always thought like in terms of like the tone for Peanut Game is something that you have to get used to. Because I for one really like the QTC4 SS. I think it's one of the best IEMs under $1,000 and it has very low Peanut Game. I'm quite okay with VEA as well, and that has very low Peanut Game. I think I'm okay with them just because like they have very little base boost, and really mess just really puts that over the edge when it comes to like being like very tonally imbalanced. I think that would be the word for it. I don't think that you have any other word for mess. Just tonally imbalanced. But you know, it's pretty okay. I mean, um, hmm.
Yeah, I think there was some discussion on the like a Japanese edition, and people were saying that the differences between the international as well as the Japanese edition was quite small.
Yeah,
But yeah,
is that debunked like a myth? I don't know.
no,
Like,
I think HBB said that to be because he got the measurements for both the international one and as well as the Japanese ones, and he said and he did clearly show that the measurements are somewhat close.
yeah, you know what? I don't trust him on anything. So yeah, there's that. A
I
very
mean,
untrustworthy source.
yeah, I mean, it's like it is an addition, right? So it's not like they completely did an overhaul for the crossover, but it's more like the crossovers a few value changes. So it shouldn't be that great of a difference.
Well, I don't.
They said it was about 5% difference in tuning.
Anthony, you're getting a mess, aren't you not? How's that going for you? Did the Leo give you a nice?
I might be getting
discount?
a custom nest, yes. But I heard someone else
Um,
might be too, so.
that is absolutely disgusting. So I think I need to find myself a new producer. Um, the other thing I'm proud about that episode is that I really okay. So that's let's get real. I came into the episode. I know I want to shit on it. So there is no like. There's a very big ulterior motive for me to not like the IEM, and I still don't, by the way. But it's I'm proud of myself that I can really just got everybody to shit on that IEM for about an hour and a half. That I'm proud of myself the fact I can steer the conversation that way, just in terms of like it being very tonally unbalanced. Oh, yeah, fucking awful IEM. Jesus, I'm not like dude. Like it's not that great, man.
I'm
I
gonna have
don't
to
like it.
take some little clips from that video and replay them at some point of you saying it's good and better than C1R or something like that.
Yeah, we need a soundboard.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I can clip all the you know soundbite that you made, Anthony, and say that you like to suck my dick. But you know that's just you know taking things out of context. But if you like to do that, we can both do a little bit of audio editing. But no. Ann, what's your favorite episode?
Oh man, there's a lot.
No, you gotta pick one. You gotta.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
everybody's got their favorite color.
I was looking through the list while you guys were talking.
Oh,
I
okay.
think my favorite episode is one that wasn't supposed to be an episode at all.
Oh, the secret episode with the.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
That's a really good one.
so.
I was barely in it, and
What's that?
I was barely in that.
Oh yeah.
Cole was passing out.
Yeah,
Cole
you were
was,
literally
that
sleeping.
Was really late.
So the context is this was way back, I guess 3 or 4 months ago, probably 4 months ago when we actually recorded it.
Yeah.
It was our top.
It was an
IEMs.
IEM.
Yeah, top IEMs for the price, and we got to we had this whole thing scripted out, or not scripted out, but we had this whole idea of like talking about the Andromeda, and then somehow we completely forgot to talk about the Andromeda.
No, we didn't because we cut it from the list. Remember?
Well, we cut it from the list, but we were going to talk about why, and we never did.
So for anybody who didn't like watch us in the beginning, go and watch the 3 episode. Again, that's like 3 hours worth of shit. But those were like pre-recorded and they're not done live. So those 3 episodes are recorded back to back to back, and like. And so, for people who don't know, like 2 of our co-hosts are in Singapore, and it's about like midnight right now. So like after we're done recording all those episodes, it's about like 5 a.m. for them. It's like crazy late.
It might have been later because we had a couple.
Yeah, it
redos
might
and
have
stuff.
been later. That's why Corin was passing out. but go
Yeah.
ahead.
Yeah,
go ahead.
so we didn't talk about the Andromeda, and we actually started talking about, oh shoot, we forgot to talk about the Andromeda as soon as we stopped recording it, and then I pressed record again just to get some of our discussion, because it was actually pretty good discussion, and it ended up I don't know, we ended up making a 35-minute video on it. And I think that was
That was also the one that the audio is very unbalanced because you're
yeah.
really loud and we're really
Yeah.
quiet.
Pretty much. But I think that was a turning point in our podcast, kind of like I don't know, our flow seemed to jive a lot better from that point on, because I think we stopped doing the whole like pre-recorded stuff, I think, around that time too, or at least starting to get away from that. And I think that was kind of the turning point where we got like a good I don't know, our interactions started to improve at that point. I think because we were just kind of joking around and bouncing ideas off each other better at that point than we had been before. It felt less structured, I guess.
I think
because I
that's
wasn't there, so it was better.
Yeah, that too. You were there for like about 10 minutes.
You were there. You were just sleeping.
Yeah.
So anybody like if you go and watch that episode, which is like super audio unbalanced, you can actually hear me ask Corn a question, and like I have to ask a second time to wake him up. It's kind of funny. Like he was like, "What did you say?" I'm like, "Oh, he's." Yeah, it was kind of like the extra episode.
But yeah, I guess other than the sleepy con, the synergy really got like that was a great turning point.
I think it takes a while. I think for long time listener quotation mark, right? For people who are there like since episode 1, like you can actually see like the production and the synergy is really just not there. But like now that you get 4 dudes talk to each other like pretty much maybe almost always once a week, so we kind of expect or know who is going to say what. But there's still like kind of a little bit of a hiccups here and there, but that's that's just the nature of doing these things live and not planned and not script. Except there's only one script that everybody should just buy the VX. That is the one and only script.
The script is changed now. It's now by the mast.
Yeah, by Mest.
Disgusting. No, I don't think Leo have ever sent me a check yet. So yeah. So yeah, we'll be. I think the other thing is that I like to touch up on. I like how I like how we casually joke. I think I really hope that people are know that when I said buy the VX, this is a joke. I don't think when it comes to I talked to Ant and my co-host about this for like this is what we do for fun, and the podcast became a thing because of coronavirus, because as my president put it, the Chinese virus. So as in like as I will go as in politically incorrect as I should. So but like we all got together because of the Chinese virus, and so and then nobody had anything to do, and we just kept doing this. I always told Anthony and everybody that like there is no well, I mean, I never like I don't think this podcast will ever get big. It's just kind of like first I do this because I like to talk to my co-hosts once a week at least, and it's funny to just have everybody joking around, and us putting it on YouTube is kind of like the side thing. And so with that being said, like this will never be monetized. Like we will never, like nobody's getting any money for this. We're taking the time out of our day just to talk to each other, just for fun. And whoever's fucking lagging, just need to fix your broken ass internet. So if we ever take donation, it's to just fix Ken's broken ass internet. So everybody want to sign up for a Patreon, you give him some better quality 5G. I'm just kidding. No, we will never like monetize this.
We're adding advertisements to all of our videos and website now.
Sorry. we interrupt this episode with our new with our sponsor message. This episode of the Audio Discourse is sponsored by yours truly, the QDC audio. Actually, not even audio. QDC with their newest flagship, not the newest flagship, with the old flagship DX with a 10 BA driver, and with the new triple D design of D Magic. Please buy QDC at qdc.cn. I don't know what the fucking site. No,
That's the
this
worst
is.
advertisement I've ever heard.
Jeez, that's like, well, that's the other reason why we never have advertising because
Mess
I'm
is the
really
best.
bad at
Please buy.
yeah. So like, I think I would like to assure people that as much as we joke about me being a QTC show and Sony's the best company ever, we are not paid by anybody, and probably will not paid by anybody. Because again, first of all, we don't have a big audience, and second of all, I like to talk shit about everybody else. So yeah, so but like again, even without us being paid, the other thing is that we are very biased people. But I think the difference between us and the people who are a little bit have some kind of influence is that these biases are our own and not motivated by something else outside of ourselves. Because I show QDC and I joke about QDC sending me a check every week, but that's obviously not true because I hope people understand my obvious jokes about these like really whatever. What was I getting at? Oh yeah, buy QDC, please.
You need to show me your tax statements, man.
Yeah, I'll send it to you. After the show.
Uh-huh.
Still a bit too many zeros for your shit. What were we talking about? No. Yeah, but the Tri-Fi episode was a great episode. That well, not the Tri-Fi one. The hidden, the extra. That one was like the weird one-off. Ken is really dying, I think. The one-off episode. What were we gonna talk about? Shit. All right. What else do we want to talk about? Now I'm out of ideas.
So what's your favorite episode, Rush?
Oh, dude, every episode is my favorite episode. You know why? Because I like to hear myself talk. There's nothing better to hear. you know what the most consistent thing about all the episodes of Audio Discourse is? Because I'm in it. I'm my favorite thing about it. I'm just kidding. So the other thing that I like to make clear, there's been 20 episodes, and I've been telling people about this for a while that I am not here to tell you about my opinion because I always feel like it is my job as a host, but not a contributor to the content. In every single episode, it is my job to direct the flow of the conversation. And here a lot of people think to themselves, wow, but then you kind of like to, tell people our opinion. Yes, my opinions are extremely polarizing for that exact reasons. It is for the fact that you should really ignore them. It might like if there is anything that I want to be done with the podcast, if I don't exist if I would just let the three talk and just if you were to cut my soundbite out of every single podcast, they would have a coherent conversation between themselves, and obviously that's not how it works. And I think my job is here in the podcast to just direct the flow of the conversation. So that's why a lot of my opinions are very extreme, to extent that you really shouldn't like take my whatever I say seriously, just because I think like if I say, oh, I'm the most important part of the podcast, or when I say that I'm always right, I really hope that people who listen just thinks that, oh, he's just being being rushed, or he's just being a whatever, and you really shouldn't take that seriously. And some people do, which is that's my favorite part about the podcast. And we have new listeners coming in and just say like, oh, this guy's a dick. I'm like, that's your first episode, like, idiot. I'm like,
to be fair, you do need 200 IQ to understand Rush.
Oh god, jeez. That's the other thing. I made that joke about I am a finance person, and I made that joke about very early in the podcast about diminishing return, and people didn't get it, and I just yeah, I stopped making jokes. So now I just make fart jokes because lowest common denominator, right? You just got to make jokes that everybody can understand. So those jokes are a little bit above the average IQ of my listeners. Obviously, nobody's an economics major, and I don't want to explain how diminishing return works in real life. That's just a pain in the ass. My favorite episode, I think my favorite episode was probably the same thing with corn. I was gonna pick the Chai Fi one. I was surprised that you picked the Chai Fi one, corn.
You're stealing my answers, man. You gotta stop.
I'm not saying I think that's the first episode I really that's the one that I so going back to a little bit about Anthony's little bit like his talk about decision making. I think every episode like we have people have like episodes that we really want to talk about. The Tri-Fi one was the one that I really want to like talk about the Tri-Fi one. I really had an idea what we want to talk about in the Tri-Fi one. It's just a shit on Tri-Fi because there's nothing more funny about a self-hating Chinaman. Just again, like just to be clear, the Tri-Fi episode, I don't like. Okay, if anything coming out of China is disgusting. Okay, those yellow people needs to be blown out of the face. That was a joke because just to be clear, 3 out of the 4 podcasters on this podcast are ethnically Chinese. So that was the funny thing. I don't know how but yeah, we can't be racist against Chinese people because we're Chinese ourselves. Thanks, Ben Bob. That is definitely a valid argument.
No, it's fine. It's fine. My wife is Chinese. Like it's not racist.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
racist. Yeah, my wife is
I'm
Chinese.
just-
It's fine.
Wow, congratulations that you finding a nice Chinese wife. Yeah, but like I like the Trap Fight episode a lot because that's the one I really want to talk about. And the other thing is that I think my co-host really had an opinion about that. And funny enough, it's a pretty relaxed episode. It's very not overly technical, so like it's not something that's out of my head like that. I have no idea what we're talking about. And I really that was the one that I knew what I want to talk about, and I know how I want to steer the conversation in. But you know what my favorite episode is? It's the episode that we will do in the future, and for years to go. I'm just kidding. Nobody ever knows how this thing will go.
I can't wait for the rush.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where rush interviews rush.
You know what my favorite episode is? Yes, when I find a interviewer that's as good as I am to interview myself, which is obviously the worst part about being the host of Audio Discourse is that you can't interview yourself. That's a Kanye West quote, by the way, so don't take that one seriously. Obviously, people understand my. Kanye West had that quote. Is that what was this quote? The worst thing about being Kanye West is that you can't hear yourself perform live. That was the most narcissistic thing I have ever heard himself coming out of his fucking ass or mouth, whatever.
The problem of being faster than light is that you can only live in darkness.
There you go. Thanks. Thanks, Coin. Okay, so what's the... Okay, how about we... I think for the first time in the podcast, well, not the first time. One of the long times that... shut the fuck up, Kevin, okay? I will not get to the questions. I will talk however long I want to talk. So can you ban people from YouTube? I'm just kidding. Shit. The future episodes. Things are on so maybe a little bit of a preview on what we're going to talk about, Anthony. So most things are Anthony getting in. So what's on the pipeline, Anthony? In the pipeline, not on
next podcast next
Oh, not the next
topic?
yeah, we have a lot of things like in the pipeline, like in no particular order.
Yeah, I think Rush wants to get that Sony sponsorship really soon, so
yeah.
I think we're gonna talk about Sony. Unfortunately,
when you get M9, because you got M9 in the mail.
M9's coming on Tuesday, I think now.
Nice. It was delayed.
Yep.
And what else?
Let's see what else.
You have Chi-Fi coming in. You're gonna get those, and I'm gonna have it after you get them.
What Chi-Fi? Oh yes, D Chi-Fi.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
D Chi-Fi.
Are you getting? Yeah, those Chi-Fi.
Yeah. Well, one of them I have here.
Yeah, and the other one they're
One of
sending a
these
replacement
things.
for.
I'm not sure how good it's gonna look on screen because it's super dark in my room right now. But yeah, yeah, we got the Monarch and then the Clairvoyance. I'm getting a new set. Hopefully, whenever they make a new one for me.
You got a broken clairvoyance, just like Chronicle got a broken monarch.
Yes.
So that's
Well,
coming up.
it's
And
just standard Chi-Fi QC issues, man.
don't say that. Don't say that. We're sponsored by Linso. You can't say that. Come on, man.
Oh, come on.
If you talk shit about Linso, how are they gonna send us more stuff? Come on.
This does prove the point that reviewers don't get the golden samples.
It's to prove a point that if you're gonna send a reviewer some samples, you should really at least make sure that it works. I think that should be the standard. Hey, whatever, whoever your name is, take it out of the package and test it if it works, just to make sure everything is fine. So we don't have four guys talking about the things about, Clinical got a broken Monarch and Anthony got a broken Clairvoyance. Maybe you should kind of avoid buying those IEMs because they right now, as of now, they have some quality issues. The sample size of 2 of 2 is definitely not something very worrisome to extent. So yeah, Linso's canceled. There goes our Linso sponsorship. But no, please make sure your demo works and don't send reviewers broken demo. Don't bench your IEMs to give them a better sample. I'm sure that works.
I've heard there's been similar issues with the Odin as well.
It does actually broke.
Yeah,
right, but...
which is kind of funny. $3.5 grand IEMs.
Yeah, we'll probably. I'm assuming we'll probably talk about the Odin at some point as well.
I don't think I'll ever get an Odin from anybody, so there's that.
Well, you can buy it.
$3.5 grand? I don't think so.
No.
But wait till we get that Taryn and Andrew from headphones.com sponsorship.
Yep.
But then again, that's not the thing I want. I do want ADX 5K though. Still waiting for that package to show up. I was promised to give one for free when I showed them on that one podcast. I don't think he's getting them in right now. Hint hint.
Yeah, I think we're also gonna do another interview with another person in the near future that actually may happen more in Asian time versus the American morning. So that may happen in the next few weeks or so, maybe.
So yeah. So I don't think if anybody can we talk about that?
I don't think we can talk about it yet.
Why not?
I don't know.
It's funny if we don't talk about it yet.
What do you mean?
That's you. You are the host.
I'm the host, so we're talking about it. I promised that person, secret person, right? No docs. I promised that secret person. So if you look, the hint is in the Odin podcast, I think. I promised that secret person to give him the critical treatment. So I think is designer the right word? The designer or a collaborator of the Clairvoyance and Monarch. I am going to have a one-on-one with him after we review the Clairvoyance and Monarch. So again, going back to our roots, give him a shout out. So basically that's just it's gonna be us shitting on the Clairvoyance and Monarch for an hour and me yelling at him why they're bad for an hour. So if you ever go and look at the critical episodes, I don't show shit. Like I literally yell at Crin for about an hour, which is you want to believe in it or anything or not. It's just So he's gonna sign himself up for that verbal abuse. If he doesn't come on a podcast, I'll have him know. I have something that I know. If he doesn't come on a podcast, I'll make that public. His penis size. It's not very big.
Did you say his peanut game?
Yeah, his peanut gain. His peanut gain is not very big. Not a lot of peanut gain from that person. So that was a okay.
And at some point we're gonna talk about headphones too, right?
No,
probably not.
So this is not a headphone podcast. For your headphone talk, please go go tune into the Canadian podcast, the Headphone Show, which is a great podcast hosted by Resolve, where he tells you how good a Odyssey is. Yeah, that was that. We'll probably not gonna talk about headphones. Headphones are boring, man. I don't like to talk about headphones, man. It's kind of what we're gonna talk about. Is that it? All right. Let's get to the questions. Anthony, ask the questions away.
Okay, first question. This is just for Rush. Can Rush explain why he doesn't care about timbre?
Oh shit. No. We have this. So we have a Discord channel. Shout out to our Discord channel. If you want to get into the Discord channel, please message Ant, and he will probably say no because you're a fucking pleb.
It's okay. You can come in and let me ban you. So
there you go. Or Ken will ban. You need to start banning people, Ken. So a contributor to our site, Mantis, whatever his name is, Mantis. I call him Mantis because he's a giant man of a tits. He loves his HD 600, which I hate, by the way. That now we're talking about headphones.
Yes.
It's a piece of shit. That's a piece of shit mid-fi garbage that nobody should ever buy. It's 15 years old, and Reddit loves it because you know what? Apparently, it has a correct timbre.
It's at 20. It's about 24 years old or so, actually.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. So okay. So here's me explaining timbre to people. I don't care about timbre. Why? Timbre is what people are used to. Is what I think people confuse the word timbre and tonality or whatever. So how do you judge the timbre of an IEM or headphones? Have you been to the live concert? Like how many people do you think that went to the live concert and listened to them on their audio setup and think to themselves that, oh, I went to the live concert and that's how this should sound, and I listened to my headphone. It's the closest sound to that live concert in terms of timbre. Like, so let's disregard the idea that your auditory memory is completely garbage. So I don't think people can really, like, unless you're a professional violinist, or I think there's a lot of people who like to pretend that they know, like, you know, to play an instrument, such as Korn, who thinks he can play the bass guitar. What did you play again, Korn?
I'm really the best at the air guitar. I practice 40 hours every day.
Yeah.
Ling, by the way.
There you go. He's a yeah. So just like people who pretend to think that they know how to play any instrument, I don't, by the way. That you really, I don't think anybody can say for certain like what timbre is like the best. And even if you go to a concert, it's kind of like, unless you go to an orchestra, which is, I don't think anybody, like, again, like that's like literally like 1% of the people who actually went to a live orchestra. Like, has anybody? And I think yes, I was gonna say, if anybody out of the four of us had actually been to a live orchestra, it would be Anthony. I've been to one against my own will, which is absolutely awful.
Hold up. Why are you not? Why are you like you know, not including me?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Like, but even if you've been to a live orchestra, here's the idea, right? How for sure can you say the timbre is correct? Compare between what? Like, it's such a you know what? Like, yes, timbre is a thing, and there's a such thing as correct timbre. But for the most people who, like, I think for 99.99% of the people out there, they have no idea what the correct timbre is because they have never. First of all, they're not a professional player of a certain instrument or any instrument. Second, they never, like, even if they went to the concert, they don't go to an orchestra. Even if they have, like, your auditory memory is completely awful. So how can you say that, you know, this timbre is correct to any certain extent of the word? And you know, there's things that who are, again, there's things that are very wrong, like in terms of timbre, that you can say, oh wow, this sounds really wrong. Again, I'm not saying that you can't really tell things that, you know, there's good pilot and there's bad pilot. but there's always things in between, right? The really bad pilot is the one that flies their helicopter into the trees. Oh, that's an awful pilot, right? But there's a very big difference between the best helicopter pilot and the really bad one. That's what I'm saying. Like it's like and some I can tell the really bad ones because the helicopters end up in the tree, but the in betweens they're a little bit more harder to tell. It's not like there's just too many unknowns in this scientific talk. But whatever.
I think Raj, I think we discussed this before, so I want to add a little, right? So like, I think like four of us, we all been to live concerts, different type of concerts, right? But the thing is,
My waifu.
We discussed previously in our random talks that hey, like that most people actually have never been to a live concert. Wow,
Yeah.
not even a band, and they don't play instruments, so they don't know how is it doing live. And
So how do you know things should sound?
yeah, and then I mean I go live quite a fair bit, or used to before this whole lockdown thing, and even I don't have a big problem with timbre most of the time, unless it's really really awful. Yeah.
Oh, another thing with timbre is that well, for example, you have like say piano players, right? But they tell you like, oh, the low end is like so warm sounding, and then the high end is so bright sounding, and that kind of thing. And every instrument, based on its acoustic design, has a different timbre. So, well, it's more of a tonal aspect as well. But well, tone is still part of timbre, and I mean, the players of the instruments will tell you that my instrument has like this kind of timbre. I tried this over the weekend. There's some kind of other timbre. So, there isn't a like how they should sound, as well as the microphones capturing the instruments. They have a frequency response as well, and they are also affected by the room's response. So a violin in a studio is going to sound different from a violin in say
Yep.
like a normal room space,
Anthony will notice it. What's that super expensive brand of like really a violin that every violinist wants? Like it's like a brand, not a brand, but like made by like a person, and that person died a long time ago.
I don't know.
A Strava? Oh, what is that? Like a Strava, whatever that thing, Fuck. Someone who plays a violin tell me that those super expensive violins, like they have their own timbre. Like violinists would say, oh, those violins sounds like sharper than the ones that are made like even instrument. A Strad or something. A Strad? I don't know. No fucking idea. There you go. Somebody said it. A Strad. There you go. So like those violins sounds different from every other violin that's made. People like them because they sound special. And as they say, John, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna talk about your tiny peanut when we had that episode. So like different instruments have different tonalities. So like who's to say which one is right or wrong? But that is my argument to say that Red is fucking retarded and HD 600 is fucking shit of a headphone.
All right, next question.
Okay, next question.
I'm gonna since you already started talking about this, I'm gonna skip to the last one. Max, aka Bone Burglar, is asking, what would Rush recommend over HD 600, 650 at the same price?
I recommend you
at the same price
to not be poor. I recommend you to not be poor. How about this? I'm not gonna say that they're bad headphones. Okay, I just did say they're bad headphones.
Yeah,
okay,
you did.
I'm not gonna say they're bad headphones in general. They're not bad headphones for the price. But people say they're the best thing ever. No, they're not even the best Sennheiser. The HD 660S is arguably the most price to performance headphone from Sennheiser. And I guess the 800S and the 800 are still better than for the price point. 82,000. They're about the same. No, actually, they're still. You can get about the original 82,000 for about like $300 if you're lucky, used. A little bit more expensive, but then again, I for headphones, I really don't want to go cheaper than the 82,000. But then again, it sounds really weeby and doesn't have a lot of bass. So there's things that you have to live with, right? But no, yeah, the answer is don't be poor. There you go. Don't be poor and buy the Focal Utopia. That is the peak. If you really like HT 600, you should just buy the Focal Utopia. I don't like the Focal Utopia anyway, so it's just fucking. It's 3.5k worth of like mid-fi. There's nothing special about it. It's so bad. Okay.
Okay.
Next question.
Next question. Real question.
Real question.
What is everyone's personal top 3 IEMs?
And if you say mess, Anthony, I'm gonna punch you.
And then it's still getting punched.
Let's start with Rush, since he likes talking.
Uh,
Come on, we already know what 2 of them probably are.
yeah. So FW 10k. There you go. That's my third.
So in case you don't know, VX and C1R would probably be his number 1 and 2. And the mess would be number
Whoa.
3.
Who you have ever guessed? How did you ever guess my top 2? Wow.
You're too predictable.
Wow. What a surprise. You know me so well, Anthony. You're like my wife. I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. You guys go.
Corn?
Well, probably Odin.
Are you fucking kidding still?
Yeah, it is good.
Jesus.
Well, Odin, my own C6, as well as I don't know, maybe the
You mean the up and coming Corn
maybe?
6? Which one?
Clairvoyance, maybe. I mean, it's very well tuned, but
You don't like your pair? I was surprised you didn't put your pair there.
well, it's been a while since I heard that. I mean, I sang for IMA, but hearing the universal version, I mean, I'm still adjusting my preferences here and there, and I've come to a solid grasp of like what I really want. And the SS3, well, it is very colored in my opinion. But it is like a one-trick pony for vocals. In terms of bass, as well as a treble, doesn't really cut it for me anymore.
Oh man.
Ooh, you transcend that.
man. Transcended.
Above the S3.
Yeah, transcended.
Oh wow.
I know we said that we don't like to take donations, but we would really like to have Korn have a pair of Odin. So if anybody got so we can take a small 335 donation of $100 each. We can buy Korn a Odin. That would really like make him really happy. Ken. So before we go on to Ken, you cannot say your own IEM. There you go. No, don't show that, Anthony. Get that shit fuck out of here.
Oh no! Come on! I mean,
You can't say your own, because they can buy it. People can't buy it, so what's the point?
right. I mean, if it's what people can buy, easily available.
Not easily. I mean, you can say the Elysium Annihilator or whatever.
Yeah.
Like people
yeah.
can still buy those if they got big money, I guess. I know you like that thing.
Yeah, the thing is very unreal. The Elysian Annihilator.
Go. What's the top 3? Come on, let's go. Top
Yeah, that there you go. And do you wanna? It's a tough fight between Violet and MEST.
No, you can't do the toss up thing, man. Come on.
Violet.
There you go. Okay. Anthony, are you gonna show your list?
Something just got released on the podcast or on accident.
That's not an accident, right? I'm sure that's not.
Yeah, so I'm making this dumb list right now. But my personal top 3 would probably be this is hard.
It's not hard. What do you mean? You have a list of shit.
I know, but there's a lot of them at the top. I'd probably say the Viento B, only in custom. But because I just listened to this new IEM from T Audio, I might rate that higher. And then probably the
Wait. Do you like Monarch more than your Viento B? Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Cancel by Tri-Fi.
My
Wait, Ed,
tri
have you
my
heard the
so my tri-fi
clairvoyance
list
yet?
was that
Have you heard of clairvoyance yet?
not a
broken,
good
right?
one.
Yeah, his
So
feed is
when I
broken.
listened to
Wait,
it,
it's broken?
I listened to
What?
it for like 30 seconds. I was like, this is really really bassy. Is this supposed to sound like this? And I took it off and then just listened to the Monarch the rest of the time. And then I measured it and it sounded wrong and it looked wrong. I mean, so
Oh, right.
yeah. So yeah, my chi-fi list is the VX, possibly the Monarch and the Mest.
Not Tri-Fi list, your personal list.
Well, it ends up being my personal list too.
Oh wow, jeez, that's awful.
Yeah.
Shit. Next question, I guess. Oh, another question from. Oh, jeez.
Next question. How much is QTC pay Rush to show the VX?
They give me about $1,000 every time I mention QTC VX on the show. So QTC VX, QTC VX, QTC VX. That's about $3,000 right there.
Wow, easy money.
I know, right? Shit, dude. No, they don't pay me any money. I think if anybody actually know me back from the Headfi days, I have a review on Headfi on what I thought of the VX. I wrote that review when I was drunk, but it was not. I wasn't lying. I only have VX for reference reasons, just because I'm so used to how QTC sounds. And the reason I have the two IEMs that I have is to as a reference, as like I have Z1R as a reference on how a hybrid should sound, and I have VX on a reference on how BA should sound, and I think they're a good representation of what they are. But I'm kind of getting away from the reviewing hobby. That I'm not like lately. I'm not like I really don't care. I really kind of remove myself away from Head5 because oh man, the Head5 drama. I used to give people shit on the QTC forum, just on because when people disagree with my opinion, I just give them shit because it's just like people have their stupid ideas. And now that I don't really care, so like people want to say something stupid, I just don't read it. But no, QTC doesn't pay me any money. I mean, if they offer, I'm happy to take. If they send me a free IEM, I would like to take it. Like, so yeah. If you work for QTC, so I can give me some of that VX Blue Dragon, please. Those would be nice. Jesus Christ, 20 grand! Can you believe it? 20 grand for a pair of VX.
Isn't it sold out?
I think it's 13
Yeah,
grand,
it's sold out.
isn't it?
Oh, it's the 13 grand. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
$7,000 less than I thought. Oh
Yeah.
man, what a discount!
Yeah.
$13,000 for a pair of VX.
Yeah, you can get an MMR with that extra money.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll have better places to spend those $13.
No, you can buy a carbon or T8000 with stack 007 or 009.
Oh yeah, I can totally buy that setup and not live in a desert. I would never. No, enough with the meme question. Next one.
The next one asked was, are T Audio latest models that good?
You asked that to the not me. I mean, that's for you guys.
On.
Yeah, I assume you're referring to only the Monarch and the Clairvoyance. For me, I prefer the Clairvoyance. Tonally, the Clairvoyance to me is more balanced. Where, I don't know, the Monarch sometimes can be a bit shouty sounding, a bit honky, whereas the Clairvoyance strikes a better balance in terms of its bass the bass to mid range response. I know some people say that the Monarch is more technical while the Clairvoyance less technical. Yes, that is true, but I don't feel that the Clairvoyance falls behind to such a large extent. As well as the Clairvoyance having a
Corn, shut the fuck.
what?
Shut the fuck. Corn. Okay, okay, that's a stupid question. They're not good. They're tri-fi garbage. Okay, so not I hate to do this promoting thing. If you're actually going to ask that question, we're actually going to make an hour, like probably longer than an hour podcast on this thing. So once I get those IEMs, once and get the replacement and I get them, we will make an hour podcast. So just to cut all the question short, we will not answer this question right now, and I'm gonna cut Corn off because he's spoiling the podcast. Terrible at marketing. That's not what you say. Colin, what you're supposed to say is that if you want to know about the Thea Audio IEMs, we're actually planning to make a podcast on those IEMs. So please tune into that episode.
Nah, I think it's
Audio
more of,
Discourse.
if you want to know, you gotta invest in QDC VX first before I tell you.
Thank you. There you go. Next question. We will make that is in the pipeline. We will make a podcast on the 2 Theater Audio flagship quotation mark, and that is to come. And I think we are excited about it. Is that the right word? Excited? No, I am excited to give JP a lot of shit. Yeah. Next one.
Next one is from this dumb guy named FC Construct. Can you guys talk about
Who is
NVIDIA?
this guy?
He's the guy that go by a lot of different names. He changes his name every time he writes a different review.
Yeah.
You might know him as
Because all his
somebody
reads
else.
suck. Yep.
Yeah, his review sucks, so he gets cringe reading his own review, so he had to make a different identity. So if
All right, real question.
question.
This is from Martin. Do you guys use Rune, Ottervana, Fubar, or something else? Like basically, what music player do you use?
I use Bass F2K.
What's that?
It's Fubar, just whatever like non-modded. Oh, I should take a screenshot of it. Oh, I'm so proud of it. It's pretty much pink. The UI is pink. That's okay.
It's a pink
There's no
Fubar.
screenshot.
Okay.
It's a pink Fubar. There you go. Yeah, I just changed it all to pink and white. It's the color scheme of my waifu.
What about you, Ken?
I don't listen to music on my computers, so that's my player.
Okay.
He's a Batman. His OnQ OS.
Corn?
For me, on my computer, I stream via Spotify.
God damn it, what the fuck is wrong with
when
you?
I really
What
like the
fuck
music,
is
I
wrong
download it into my phone, like in FLAC, like lossless format. So I mean, Spotify for me is to discover music, to really expand my preferences.
Hold up, do you mean you don't buy CDs and rip them? You download them?
Hey, don't
only
expose me on stream, man. Come on.
I buy my
He
CDs.
downloaded them off Amazon Music. Shout out to Jeff Bezos and his Amazon his lineup of Amazon streaming services. Amazon, for anything you need, Jeff Bezos got it for you.
Yeah.
Even like you want to go
totally.
to space, actually. Sponsored by Amazon. Anthony, what's the are you gonna say Amazon Music for your music player?
No. I actually right now I'm using. So Martin asked the question. Martin's the one who recommended to me Ottervana, so I'm actually using that now. It's like a poor man's Rune. It's like I think $100 for a lifetime license to it, and it lets you play. It basically combines your offline library with Tidal and Qobuz, so you can search between all the different the 2 streaming services in your library all at once.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
If you have a headphone setup, if you have a multi-$1,000 headphone setup, and somehow you want to use streaming service, shame on you. Okay. Okay.
Fully
And
lossless.
if you want to just like it's just like it's like there's latency to that. I don't know how it works. Okay. So if you say if I want to discover new music, no, just no. Streaming, no. Please, no. Just
Big
don't
talk
do it.
for someone who listens to IA only.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
But
I listened to one of
and-
Rush's
and-
playlists the other day. It was really bad.
oh
It
man,
was like the worst.
It was
It was like literally the worst sounding music I've ever heard.
and because I went to Voice to check out some speakers and the vendor is using this same software, the integration with Tidal. It lags really, really bad.
It lags.
Yeah, really bad.
Was he using Rune?
No, this Avana or something, whatever
Oh,
that
really?
is.
It shouldn't lag
Yeah.
at all. I mean, it's just using your.
Like,
It works. It works actually. I like it better than using the actual Qobuz software.
Okay, but it works. I mean,
Streaming's bad.
because
Streaming's bad. Don't stream, guys. Just have local files, please.
Yeah, you guys
Support your
need
favorite artists. Buy it
gigabit
on.
internet.
I don't know. I mean, it's whatever the audio store, the speakers, well, yeah, they'll hook up, right? So it's not like we have choice. So.
I don't know. Next question.
Next question. Are IEMs too overpriced?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I mean, compared to 10 years ago,
Sorry.
TOTL price was Shure 846.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean
But
prices
you know,
have been
846 is still $1,000, man.
$1,000 is
I
like
mean
mid-fi
IMs
now.
can get very expensive nowadays.
Yeah.
And, I mean for what they are, I mean sometimes like the IMs can justify the R&D cost, but often a lot of the times a lot of IMs are simply overpriced. I mean from just a component standpoint.
No. How about this? I like how you brought up A46, right? And I think everybody here agrees that it's a fucking awful in an IEM. Yeah, A46 is awful. So like, how do you think that now you get those like $1,000 IEMs? Like think like Andro and all that stuff. Like I don't know. Like okay, fine. Andro's a bad idea, right? If you talk about like think about this, like M9 is $1,000. A46 is $1,000. So are IEMs overpriced these days? No. I think if you're poor, I'm sorry, wow, that came out wrong. Sorry, ignore that. But if you're poor, and you only want to spend $1,000 on IEM, which nobody in their right mind should really spend that much money, right? Okay, so like, I think like if you just want to spend like $1,000 and nothing more, I think people can be perfectly happy with their IEMs. If you're poor. Don't be poor, guys. That's yes. If again, if you wanna complain, like want to hear me rant about price creeping and R&D and all that stuff, I'm happy to explain it. But yes, like if you look at what price creeping is, that's what IEM like technology is. Like it's like people are like right now people are way too comfortable about paying $2,000 for an IEM, and that's honestly wrong. Like it's a glorified earbud for like, dude, you're spending like $1,000.
Don't buy don't buy the VX. It's no longer acceptable.
Except for the VX, that's like the greatest thing ever. Like think about paying $1,750 for the best IEM ever and the best IEM that you will ever have in your life. That is just like like what can you say about anything else? Just to spend that small amount of money to get the best of the best. Like, you can't buy a car with $1,750, but you know what you can have? A VX. Sponsored by QVC. No.
Right.
Fucking no.
No. So like I would like to say that they're only overpriced because there's so many garbage IEMs out there, right?
No.
Because no. If things are better, things are good, then the competition will drive the prices down. Because there's so many garbage out there, then it allows price to just go up.
I like how you say that because the competition drive the prices up. Do you remember? Okay. In your right mind, Ken, in your right mind, do you think the Odin is better than Z1R? Preferences aside, how much better do you think the Z1R, like the Odin, is better than the Z1R? Again, it's literally double the price, by the way. It's literally double the price, more than that.
None. There's no.
There you go. There you go.
Wait, that's not facts. That's not facts.
Okay, there are good IEMs out there, yes. But what I'm saying is, majority of the IEMs are garbage, right? So it allows more people like, hey, if I pay something, more, I'll get better. It creates this illusion to the consumers, and like you mentioned, right, there's a lot of consumers that are willing to pay more, etc. But they don't know what they're getting into because they make misinformed decisions. They do not have access. They don't try. They listen to
human errors aside, Ken.
Uh-huh.
Do you think it's like
so
let's not say like obviously again this is a very economic question about a luxury product, and I mean, how well does your Gucci handbag or Louis Vuitton handbags is more
Yeah, I mean,
functional than
of
your
course, if
handbag that you
it's
bought at the Chinese supermarket, right?
yeah. If it's pure luxury standpoint, yes, then competition drives the price up. I agree. But what I'm saying is like there are good IEMs like you said M9 etc. They are not priced very highly. So if example there are majority of the market are IEMs like M9 at that price, and then in order to get more sales, people will have to price lower.
Yes, but M9 is a very how about this? I answer that question straight up. Like, okay, so without going into too much into economics of things, I think when you go about 1.5 or $2,000, there is like people like to say about diminishing return, and I like to use the word there will be no return above $2,000. Above that point, it's a lot about preference and the idea that it being a very luxury IEM. Okay, so think about all the IEMs that's above 2K. Okay, you got the Elden, you got a lot of the VE, the VE lineup, not the Venture Electronic, the German VE, and you have like those are luxury products. Are they audibly better than the IEM suit that are $2,000? Well, depends on who you ask, I guess. Generally, probably not.
Yeah, because
Does it
it's
make
a
you
lux-
stupid if you buy them? No, that just means you have the money to spend.
yeah. So I mean, it depends on where from which standpoint is the question coming from. Is the question coming from a luxury standpoint or a functional standpoint? You see, so if it's from a luxury standpoint, then yeah, what you say totally makes sense. I totally agree with you. But if it's from a functional performance standpoint, then what I said will make sense.
Yeah, sure. I mean, Tri-Fi drive the price down with their garbage IEMs, except that they don't make anything good. So I think in terms of mid-fi, yeah, sure, they do drive the price down. But in terms of a luxury market, which we are always in, like, can you imagine spending, like, you tell any other person, let alone $1,000, you say I spent $300 on these earbuds. Like, can you imagine that? Like, for somebody who's not in the hobby, say, wow, $300, that must be a really good IEM. And somebody tell you that, oh, I spent $300, like, wow, that's a piece of shit. You know.
Well, people spend
You tell anybody else who's not in the hobby that you spent $300 on earbuds, they will be impressed.
well
You
people
tell
spend
somebody
that
who's
much
in the hobby,
on bows and beats all the time, and
well, yeah, but like, so wow, that must be good, right? People's like, oh, they recognize those things as a luxury product. So when you go above $300 or even $200, you're already in a luxury product. But when you're in the hobby, oh, you spent $300 on a Tri-Fi, wow, that shit is garbage. People will tell you, wow, way to like buy lo-fi product, right? Like now that you don't spend $1,000, you don't like you get mid-fi when you spend $1,000. Can you believe it? It's just it's price creeping. That's that I am telling you the story of price creeping. People are more and more willing to pay more and more money for these products, and the manufacturers notice that people are willing to pay more money for these products, so they'll keep charging more. So until people stop buying all these very expensive things, they're not going to decrease the price. So don't buy Odin. It's fucking ridiculous. It's $3.5 grand, guys. Don't,
But
Jesus.
the funny thing is like the more expensive it is, the faster it gets sold out.
Yeah, and that's what it is, and people love it, and it's just like, well, and again, that's what it is, right? People buy Ferrari and Lamborghini. Are they better cars? Yes, but it's extra 50 horsepower. Do you notice it? No, because I'm not a professional fucking driver. That's what it is, right?
I mean, there's I've seen comments in the last couple weeks on HeadFi, your favorite place, where people are disappointed because that new IEMs are coming out don't cost like $2 or $3 grand. They're like, oh, it must be
Okay.
bad.
How about this?
Like, no, it doesn't mean it's bad.
Shit. Yeah, yes, but I think I don't. I have some certain expectations. I don't have a budget for myself. Oh, now I do. I don't want to spend more money in this fucking shit hobby.
That's the next question,
but
actually.
Go ahead, ask
Or
the next
actually,
question.
it's not the next question, but it was a question. What is your personal limit when purchasing an IEM?
Okay, we're going to that question. We're doing that question. We're not doing this. So I don't have like when I was still in the hobby, when I was still looking for IEMs, I don't have a budget for my things. and I really don't care how much things cost because I'm not poor. That was a joke, by the way. Jeez. If anybody have never. So I have an expectations when it comes to a certain price point. So, and my skew of value is very skewed because I have IEMs who are always around $1,000. So I really don't know how cheap IEM should sound. I have no empathy for the poor people. They're just peasants. I give them breadcrumbs when I walk out of my house every morning. I don't know. I tell them to get out of my lawn. But no, I don't care. I think as long as they're good, I don't mind buying it. But like again, like if you want to be $3,500, you better sound $3,500 good, right? I'm not gonna say, oh, I have VX for 1.7K and your $3,500 IEM should be twice as good. No, I don't think that. But when you have an IEM that's $3,000, I would very much like to have it to have any redeeming factor. And the point in case is that, even in the $1,000 range, I'm kind of like I tried KLREF for a hybrid. It's about 1.7 grand. It's a Japanese boutique thing. Like it's really not that special of an IEM. It's just what it is. I don't care about the budget. I just want it to sound good. Now, are things too expensive? Yes, but do I buy them if they're good? Yes. But no, $2,000. You should not spend more than $2,000. That's getting a little bit ridiculous. This hobby, Jesus. I don't want to put them. Anybody else? Somebody else go.
I think just now you mentioned about Xeona, I think versus like whatever. It's a good point because it's like it's a very strong flagship in the current market, and if like you will ask me like, oh, is anything from this IEM better than Xeona? And if I say no, then you're like, nah, you're not gonna care, you know. So that said, then Xeona price point is a good marker for people to consider.
Okay. Ken's 1.5, I guess.
Now, as in on me personally,
personally.
two, yeah,
$2,000?
2K USD.
Okay, everybody. Corn?
Wait, what's the question? I lost it.
You sleeping again?
Oh no, I was reading a chat.
Oh come
Read it.
on, on a
Doesn't
podcast,
matter.
you should be paying attention, man. Come on.
So what's the question?
What's your personal spending limit?
Oh, limit. $1.5 grand. US.
There you go. Anthony?
For an IEM, probably that same price.
Yeah, so
A little bit more
Kinda
for
fair.
headphones, probably, but for IEMs, yeah, 15.
yeah, except you buy really bad headphones for $3,000. But whatever.
I didn't
Jeez.
pay that much.
Imagine spending around 3K MSRP for a headphone with a Chi-Fi driver in it. Oh my god! Wow, that's a dude. It's like remember like oh man, imagine if you bought like a MAGA hat. If you love like Trump, you bought a MAGA hat and it's made in China. It's like ouch. That's what Anthony did, by the way. So yeah, America. Artisanal American product. Go ahead. Next. I don't know. Anything else? Next question, I guess.
Yeah.
one
Do you think we've exploited the best from dynamic drivers for IEMs?
FW10K best IEM. FW10K best IEM. If you like the single DD IEM, buy the FW10K. Sponsored by JVC, Japan Victory Company.
Yeah.
JVC Kenwood, best company.
So you didn't really answer the question, but you answered a different question that was asked what's the best single DD.
FW10K. I think we explored. FW10K is the peak DD in IEM form. So anything other than FW10K, no.
Can't never exist.
But
single DD is awful.
It's
ahead,
so
Ken.
good that the advertisement girl cried listening to the FW10K. So buy it now.
Sponsored by
and
JVC.
the question on the single DD, can you repeat? It's like it's based. What do you mean? Like, have we exploited the technology to make a single DIM, or is it as a whole?
Is it as good as it can get?
I don't think we are there yet, but
Sure.
We have done very well with the current results. That's what I think.
Yeah, didn't we touch up on that in the trouble extension episode? That how a single DD can never have trouble extension because you like again like you can have like it's in-ear monitors, right? So no, if you have a 30 millimeter diaphragm, it is not a in-ear monitor, Odyssey. First of all, but that's not DD. So like I think the biggest DD you can ever have and still call it an in-ear monitor is about 13 is what Fostech make right now. Shout out to Fostech, best company ever. Send me a free 909, please. So for like a 10 to 13 millimeter DD, the inherent physical attribute is there that you will probably never have trouble extension unless you somehow invent a new metal. I don't know.
Well, you could.
Fucking
As in, like,
vibranium DD.
yeah, if you want treble extension, then you don't get bass because that's
Yeah. It's like you're having a roll off in one of the ends. Like you pick. You take your pick on the roll offs. So that's just how single DD is. Unfortunately.
as in like in
I don't think
relation
we're.
to
I think you can still do it though. You
no,
just,
it's like
No. Duna Luna is a piece of shit, and A8000 is just.
well, I'm not saying those are
like,
good.
no,
I'm just saying that
The
I
Luna
still
rolls
think,
off both ends, not just the
Yeah.
top end. Wow.
I'm not saying that those are good. I'm saying that I think it's still possible.
The Dunyu Luna with the beryllium drivers. Somehow you roll up in both ends.
no because
Thank you.
it's like speakers, right? Like look, like two-way, even two-way bookshelf, you're not gonna not get sub bass. A proper setup is three-way or more.
Except speakers have two DDs. That's different.
Yeah,
Except
that's
most
what
other ones are three-way coaxial. What's your point?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, speakers are not in a sealed environment, whereas in your monitors, it is sealed. So you will definitely get more bass response out of a dynamic driver than in sealed in the ear compared to a speaker in let's say a living room.
I don't care about sealed and unsealed,
what-
but when you have two 10-inch dynamic drivers on your speakers, come on now.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, right, like because it's two-way, it's three-way, etc. You're gonna get that. Even two-way, you're not gonna get sub bass. So looking back at IEM, one way is gonna give you either bass or treble, or pick where you want to roll off, basically.
QTC D Magic, triple DD design, the future of IEMs, sponsored by QTC. Thank you. Thank you very much. No, I don't think, like right now, unless we discover some kind of fucking new element, I don't think like you will ever get extension in both ends on a single DD IEM. That's why we have hybrid. That's why hybrid is a thing. Next question, I guess, Anthony.
Let's see. Well, the next question related to that was your favorite single DD. You've already answered
FW10K.
it.
Everybody
So,
buys it.
Corin or Ken.
ER2XR.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Jesus Christ.
It's
fired
good.
for
It's well tuned. It's good. It's designed well. It's an ethymotic. Why not?
It's America.
Okay, Ken.
The Sony EX series.
Oh, there you go. A respectable answer. One of our sponsors. Shout out to Sony. Anthony,
I don't know.
you don't listen. You don't listen to a lot of DDs, huh, Anthony? That's
Not really.
unfortunate.
I think my favorite single DD is probably like
It's a pretty
the
shit selection.
Moondrop or Canos Pro or something. I don't know.
That's why his opinion doesn't really matter when it comes
I
to
don't
single
really
DD.
care
Okay, next
too
question.
much. Yeah.
He's a BA boy. BA boy.
Yeah. Well, I listened to the A8000 this week. It was terrible. Like, absolutely not good. Okay, next question. What is everyone's first earphone or headphone that led them into this hobby?
I hate how you only pick the question that you want to ask. So Miji asked another question, which is just as good. What's everybody's
This question was asked a while ago, so I'm going down the list.
Oh no! Well, fine.
I'm not
But
playing
then I get
favorites.
to ask the next question.
Fine.
You are paying favorites. You asking super. My first IM. Shit. I think it's Tri 510.
Which one?
Tri-Fi. The UE
Oh,
Tri-Fi.
oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Old school. Anthony?
Jeez. I think my first headphone I bought that wasn't something you could buy in a store was the Grado SR80.
Yeah, you see why he's a fucking boomer?
That was a long time ago. That was like 20 years ago.
Yeah. What do you mean 50? Jeez. Ken?
Earphones, I guess, would be Weston UM1. Headphones is Audio Technica A900 or something. It's like over a decade ago.
We're not a headphone show. We don't care about headphones.
All right. I mean, the question asked about headphones too. So
Nah. Fuck that. Fuck headphones. Corn?
Well, for me, my first earphone was the Shure SC215. I mean, the thing. I mean, it didn't sound particularly good, like even when I had it, but it is built like a tank.
Oh, you loved it. You love
Yeah,
it.
it survived the washing machine twice, but what truly led me to audio was that so I was visiting like E1 personal audio with a friend, and then he was telling me like, oh, you need to try these Andromedas, they're like so good. And then I tried them like, it's like so.
How about you? Everybody list their. Okay, I'm gonna go with Corn first. I'm gonna ask a
Yeah, I'm
follow-up.
not done yet. Wait, my story hasn't ended yet.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you that question. That's why the story. So list the when was the first like after the first IEM you got, and when's the first IEM like the first actually hi-fi IEM that you got? So 215. What did you got out from there? I'm getting...
After the 215, I bought the ER4 SR.
Okay, that's still not hi-fi. What you got after that?
SS3.
Okay, there you go. When are we at there? He stopped at so it's 215, ER4, SR, and SS3.
Yeah.
Keep going with your story. What was your story with your friends?
Oh, and then so I was at the store. I tried the Andromedas. Didn't really like them, and then the store assistant, which was a friend of mine, he handed me the SimGod EN700, and I tried it. I was like, what? Like, this is amazing.
That's a C
And then
minus
I
on my
just like
ranking.
the rabbit hole started from there. I just kept trying more and more stuff, and then eventually, I mean, leading to this day where I quit audio.
When you quit audio, yeah.
Yeah.
Stay tuned for Corn's collaboration with Craft Ears, with the Craft Ear Corn 6. Coming soon, never. Ken, first IEM was what now? Let's go down the list.
well, I mean, I don't think EX800 is considered hi-fi.
Well, yeah. What's your first IEM? Like, you want the pleb ones. Name the pleb ones.
Well, I had MH755 for the longest time.
Okay,
I
that's a
was
pleb. Next IEM, pleb.
Bluetooth. No. I had it. I can't remember for how long. I had it as a Bluetooth headset for my phone, right? So I can make calls and stuff. So UM1 was the first proper one. When the
okay.
broke, I bought UM2 RC.
Still pleb, but go ahead, keep going.
And when it broke, I went through the whole drama of the reshell and the W500 drama, which it was just a bad episode. After that was EX800 ST.
Still pleb, but keep going.
And after that is my bespoke, and
there you go. That's when you stop.
There's no need for others after my bespoke, right?
So if anybody ever want to hear that story, how Ken got his bespoke, I did a 1-on-1 with him, and I think he kind of explained how he got his bespoke, which was like kind of an interesting story. He also explained his list, which is yeah, there's that. Anthony, what's your first IEM?
My first IEM, it was this thing. I'm gonna put it on the screen. It's from a long time ago.
The UM.
No, it is the V-Moda Bass Freak. It came out in like
what?
This came out probably in like, I don't know, 2004-ish time. It came out like at the same time the iPods came out, or like around that time period.
So just so people don't know that there is a age gap between so Ken and Ant are the same age, and Corn and I are kind of the same age. So obviously the two boomers are a little bit older than we are, so that's why you can see the V-Moda Bass Freak, whatever.
Yeah, this is
old.
This is a pretty old IEM.
Okay. So after that, pleb, go ahead. Next IEM, please.
Well, I probably, like Ken, I had a bunch of those Sony Bluetooth devices that came with the
don't count those anymore.
At some point, I bought ER4. and then I stopped listening to IEMs completely because they hurt my ears. And then I think I came back to IEMs when I bought the tin T2.
Okay, pleb, keep going.
What? That's hi-fi.
No, that's not hi-fi. Keep going. Come
Yeah,
on,
it is.
pleb.
It's tin
Keep
hi-fi.
going.
It's the brand.
No, no, keep going, pleb.
I don't know. I guess at some point I bought the
Where's your UN,
Campfire
man?
Comet maybe,
Really, pleb, keep going.
and then I bought maybe the Solaris,
Pleb, keep going. That's really bad.
and I bought some crappy Chi-Fi thing.
Well, which one is that?
It's QDC
Oh yeah, which one? Which QDC?
Uranus. I bought the VX at some point.
He got the VX. So that's actually your first actually hi-fi IEM to be the VX. Congratulations, yeah.
Okay, so we are starting all the way
ER4.
back to what
ER4 is hi-fi,
so
man.
it's my Walkmans and tapes.
No,
all-
just I'm proving a point here, okay?
I mean, earbuds I've had for in the 90s, lots of earbuds, and the cost
Well, yeah,
KFCs.
Anthony have never heard anything good until the VX because he had fucking Solaris before, and that shit was garbage.
I had Andromeda
Now,
too.
all of my co-hosts went through their like shit IEMs. Okay, I'm gonna tell you my step in 3 steps. Okay, I have the UE Tri-Fi, I have the 535, and I have the QDC Gemini. In a span of, let's say, 2 years. I wasn't really into audio when I got the Tri-Fi. I just wanted something that's okay and expensive, and that's the same reason when I broke my Tri-Fi and got 535, and when I broke 535. I think I told the story once somewhere else before. I was in Japan. I tested some other stuff, and I went after my Japan trip. I went back to China, and people say, "Oh, you should try the QDC." I'm like, "What is this Chinese-made earphones?" Like, yeah, it's about 9,000 Chinese yuan, so like 1.4K or something like that. Back when VX wasn't a thing. So yeah, so Tri-Fi, 535, and Gemini. That's how you go hi-fi.
Yeah, we really jumped the price.
Yeah. Can you imagine going from $500 into 1.4 grand into
Yeah, man.
Gemini? Yeah, but whatever. I just wanted something that sounded good. You know what? Back in the day, you know what? Gemini sounded good, but I didn't really know how good it should sound. So I knew it sounded good because when I had my 535, I A/B the two. I was like, wow, this sounds so much better. But I think like a lot of times that like the one of the reasons why I have such a high expectation when it comes to IEMs is that my first real hi-fi IEMs is probably still one of the best BA in the market today, which is kind of crazy when you think about it.
Automotive, you mean?
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, Anthony. And next question, I don't know.
I don't know. Did you say Michi had a question?
Oh no, actually, I was gonna have a question. What's everybody's waifu? Miji asked that question. So Anthony, who's your waifu and a married man?
It's my wife.
Yes, it's his wife. He is happily married. Sorry for the single ladies out there. For our 1% of a female viewer, Anthony is married. One of the most sane members out of our. Corn, who's your waifu?
My waifu?
Mhm. Baby Metal. Who's your
man.
favorite band member in Baby Metal?
Su Metal.
Is she your favorite? Why is she your favorite?
She's a lead singer. She just sings well.
Oh, she
Yeah.
sings really well. You don't like the fact that she looks really cute.
More of a singing aspect.
More singing aspect.
Yeah.
So it's just a voice without the face.
Yeah, I could do that.
Okay, you can do that. Oh, well, that's kind of a. Okay.
No, I didn't mean it that way, but sure.
Ken, who is your waifu, Ken?
I don't have a waifu.
No, you can't say you don't know. That's not a no question. It's like who's your waifu? Like seriously.
So basically, a female artist that I like to listen the most.
No. Like your waifu. As
No,
you're
I don't.
gonna like
I don't have.
you're gonna have a wang at late at night, but no internet.
No. I don't.
Us boomers
Ken, who's your waifu?
aren't into that type of thing, man.
Ken's not in. No, you don't get to skip that question unless you're actually married, like Anthony. So who's your waifu, Ken?
I don't have. I mean, if you want to
You
face,
never watch anime when you're younger? Say, wow, she's really cute. You never really thought that? Like, even when you're younger? Like, who's your first anime crush?
no, I don't. I don't have
What
an
do you mean
anime.
you don't? You
This
can't
is
say.
fake news. It's fake news. Come on.
It's not fake news. Come on, what
Yeah.
is it? You can't just not answer the question. Ah, jeez. Miji's gonna be
Okay,
7.
okay, okay. I
What's
mean,
an
like
anime character
It can
that
be a
you
real
like
person
a
too, right?
lot?
Can it be a real person?
if you art,
No,
art,
only for corn.
I mean, if it's artist, then
Oh,
Nanjo,
that's who?
Nanjo,
No idea.
Yoshino Nanjo. Yeah.
Is she like really old? Okay.
She she's close to my age, I guess.
It's not the. So my obviously my co-hosts have the idea of a waifu wrong. So far, this just became a 3 hour. So I'm gonna spend 3 hours. I think we're gonna have this one of these days for my April Fool's episode where I talk about my waifu for 3 hours
On live stream, on video.
on live stream, on video, on live stream, on video.
And it's just him talking. Like no one else is in like talking to him.
We'll be
No,
we'll
no,
be
just
we'll be sleeping like
talking
corn.
about my waifu for 3 hours. I got into this hobby because of my waifu, and for those who don't know, somehow if you don't know, do I have to explain the idea of? Okay, we're not going into this. It's Ia, so if you never look up, it's a singing synthesizer. Her voice is provided by Leah, which is the Annie song singer that sings a lot of the air openings. But she provided a voice for a singing synthesizer, and a company that is also her agent company, her talent company, also made the software. I don't know. That sounds so strange when I have to describe my waifu. But yeah, it's Ia. It's spelled IA. But yeah, go look it up. Best waifu ever. Everybody.
It's on the screen.
Everybody. It's on my screen. Yeah, it's on my screen. It's
No,
my
it's
icon.
literally on the screen.
Oh, it's on this one. Yeah, there you go. I have that shirt, by the way. That shirt that I have. I have all the shirts. I went to her concert about like 9 times now, in 3 different continents. So there's that.
Oh my god.
Corn. I've been to more concerts than you have been outside of the country. So no, please do not.
How old's the girl?
How's the girl?
3,000 years old.
I don't know about like. I don't know. She's apparently officially she's an alien, which I don't like that canon thing.
Oh man.
Illegal
She's not
alien?
like. They had like they just had their her birthday is like on January 27th. They just had their like 8th anniversary this year. So yeah.
Wait, do you buy a body pillow or what?
I do have a body pillow. I bought it.
How
I bought
many?
it recently. Just one.
I just one.
Well,
Are you
no,
looking
no,
to
no,
expand your collection?
well, here's the thing, right? She's not like super popular, which is kind of like sad. Well, not sad, but makes me a hipster. So like, there's not really that many like body like daiquis
Wait,
of
wait,
her.
wait. So if she gets popular, are you ditching her?
No, I'm not. No, why would I? No, okay. So first of all,
That's
I've
what the
been with my
Hatsune
wife-
Miku fans told me too, okay, Rush?
No, fucking Hatsune Miku. Do not ever mention that name ever on this. That's a ban more on this podcast. You just got fired for real. No, please do not say Hatsune. No, that's fucking no. How about this? So, I've been my first concert was like 5 years ago. No, go back to the body pillow thing. That was the funnier topic. I bought the body pillow as a joke, because I was bored and I was stuck in Corona Land. I couldn't travel, so I bought it. It was kind of nice actually. That without just having a pillow part, not the waifu part was obviously the best part. But if you have a waifu and think about getting a body pillow, I highly recommend it. It does help you when you sleep.
What? No, what the fuck?
What? That's a good thing. What?
That's
You
so-
gonna
Huh?
you gonna hug a person? That's disgusting. It's warm and shit. It's summer. It's hot. Like
No,
Come
listen,
on.
I do have a body pillow, but there's like no like pictures on it or anything. It's just like cloth,
Okay, but like, what's wrong with having a picture on it then?
You wake up in the morning, you stare at it, and then you think like how much of a disappointment you are.
Okay, so you're saying that if I buy you a body pillow of your favorite baby metal artist and put it on your body pillow,
Yeah,
is
I
that...
mean, buy me now, ship it now.
Yeah, see, exactly. Like, what's wrong with it? Like, there's nothing wrong with it, right? Like, what? So do you
Uh,
always wear like plain white shirts that have nothing on top of it?
how do you know?
Like, no, you don't wear plain white shirts. We met. That's the
I
thing. Like, why?
do. I do that.
Well, yeah, that's because you're in the fucking army. That's different. You know, like, why? What's wrong with having things on a pill?
Yeah, nothing wrong if it's baby metal.
See, there you go. Just your waifu. Like, why would you think anything different of it?
I'm expecting the shipping invoice right now. Send me
Uh,
the waifu pillow.
sure. I'll send you one of my waifu pillow. Everybody gets the waifu, but it has to be my waifu though. No, there's nothing wrong with that. Highly recommend it. My pillow, best thing ever. Best Corona purchase ever. Keeps you company.
So
Obviously, if you want to be a pleb like Anthony with a real wife, Anthony will tell you all about the terrible thing about cuddling his own wife. That one has an attitude, and it actually, whatever.
so this is our opportunity to take over the Zeos audience now, talking about audio and anime.
That's why we lost all of our people that's listening. Because oh no, Rush with the anime talk. Oh yeah, that's our chance breaking into the Z audience talking about waifu and shit. Is
Anyway,
that all? Anyways, that's
Oh,
it.
but hey, Leah has a very good voice. She
See, you
does
can and then
very
that's
good
all,
stuff.
and that's just Leah's voice in a program. See,
Mm.
it's like I love my waifu. Like first of all, because I like Leah's voice, and oh man, this is going forever, right? Huh. Okay, we're gonna stop. Yeah, no more waifu talk. Wow, that went on a little bit too long. Next question. Do we have any more questions? I don't think we do.
no, I don't think so.
All right, so we ended our podcast with me talking about my waifu as all things should be. For more anime talk, we will go back to our regularly scheduled program next week. If Anthony will get his M9, we will talk about the best brand coming out of Japan, Sony, hopefully. And yeah, thanks for watching.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye bye. Buy a body pillow now.
Yeah, bye bye.